Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Welcome to the All Things Arsenal podcast, where we'll be talking about all things Arsenal and singing songs about Tottenham. They get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. Yes, they get battered everywhere they go. 3 games in a row. 3 goals they've conceded. It's all going wrong for Tottenham. It's all going right for Arsenal Football Club. Before the international break, the sides were at the opposite ends of the table. Spurs were top, Arsenal at bottom. We have now overtaken Spurs in the Premier League after a 3-1 mauling at the Emirates Stadium. We were fantastic, especially in the first half. The first half, we were awesome. We were all over Spurs. The youngsters really shined. Saka and Smith Rowe particularly, they were absolutely brilliant. And the senior players as well, I have to say, stepped up. Unfortunately, Xhaka did get injured, but he looked solid. Odegaard played really well. Aubameyang scored the goal as well. The defence again was brilliant. Another really good defensive performance. Ramsdale making a world-class save towards the end. And overall, I mean, yes, Spurs didn't play well. They were well off the pace, and you know, it made our afternoon a bit easier. But you have to say, you know, you can only beat what's in front of you, and we were by far the better team. It was just such a pleasure to watch that game on Sunday. We were just so up for it. The fans were up for it. And a lot of people saying, you know, I was talking to my best mate about the game after it happened, and he was saying it's the best game he's ever been to because of the atmosphere and, you know, the way we played. Smith Rowe saying as well, best day of his life. That, you know, there was something in the air. There was something in the air that day. Obviously, there is with the North London derby, but something really special about that Sunday. Everything just came together for Arsenal, and we put more misery on Spurs, who have lost 3 in a row. Talks about what will happen with their future with Nuno Santo. What I would say about that is it's been 6 games, 6 Premier League games. You know, I know I've had, you know, some of my views about Arteta was for him maybe to go before the international break. But Arteta has been in charge for nearly 2 years, so I think I'm entitled to have a view about that. But with Nuno Santo, I mean, he's been in the job, couple of months? I think people just need to give him time. He's still working out his players. He's still working out what he's got. And, you know, if it keeps on going like this, where they're playing the same way and, you know, he's still managing them, then stay there as long as possible, Nuno Santo. Stay there as long as possible. Nuno Santo in. Keep him there. But yeah, with regards to us, you know, really good to see us get another victory. That's now 3 wins on the spin in the Premier League. We are moving up the table, like I said. We're now in the top half of the league. We're 10th. And things looking a lot rosier now than what they did before the last international break. It was all looking a bit gloomy, and, you know, I was thinking about what was going to happen next with Arteta, whether he was the right man, whether it was going to be another nothing season. But the season now has a bit of life. You know, we're showing signs of life. Arteta looks like a new man. He looks like a rejuvenated man from his... I don't know what happened during the international break, because ever since then he looks a lot happier. Maybe he's realised who he can count on. Maybe he knows his best team now. I'm not quite sure what has happened, but whatever has happened is a good thing that it has happened, because he looks happier. We've, you know, won every game since the international break, and it looks like we're really now pulling in the right direction together. You always sense that within this process, trusting the process, that there was going to be a few bumps in the road, that there was going to be a lot of pain for us as fans. And at the moment, you would look at it and you would say that Arteta's been through a lot of pain. We've been through a lot of pain together. The process has been, a process that's happened for a little while now, and last season was a transition period. This season, we had a really bad start. One thing I would say about Arteta is that he has really trusted the youth players. He's made them better players, particularly Smith Rowe, and they're paying him back. They're paying him back, and I think he is the right man for the young players. And at the moment, I mean, it's all about results, isn't it? Within the football business, it is all about results. At the minute, we're getting those results. And the one thing that really did upset me at the start of the season was not the fact that we lost the game so much. In fact, I actually feel a bit better now about the Brentford game, because before I was gutted we lost to Brentford. But now, looking at it, Brentford looked like a real team. They've beaten Wolves away from home. They held Liverpool to a 3-3 draw. So maybe losing at Brentford wasn't as bad as it seemed at the time. Chelsea and Man City, you can almost write those games off. I hate to say it, but you kind of can write those games off. Chelsea, Man City, they're in a different stratosphere to us. They're competing for the Premier League title. We're not there at the moment. Look at the last 3 games. Beat Burnley, beat Norwich, beat Spurs. The first 3 games, we had a lack of identity. And that's what really worried me. Is like we were losing games, but not just losing the games. We were getting bullied. We were nowhere near winning those games. And I just didn't really know what the plan was. I didn't know how we were meant to be playing. I just wasn't sure what I was watching. I was lost after 3 games. Now, the games against Burnley and Norwich were scrappy, but we defended well. And the game against Spurs, that Arsenal team came to life. The playing out from the back, I really saw that on Sunday, because in the past there's been times where I've not backed that part of the process so much, because I don't think we have had the players to play out from the back. But Ben White, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Tierney, even Ramsdale, his distribution I feel is a lot better than Leno's. I think those 5 players are actually good players to have for the philosophy that Arteta wants, which is playing out from the back. I think all 5 of those players suit that philosophy, and I think that's a big part in us, transitioning from defence to attack in the manner that we want to do it in. So I think that has worked. I think having Odegaard, Partey's made a real difference as well. He's made a real difference. It's a shame we've lost Xhaka. I think he's out for 3 months, which is a real shame, so we probably won't see him for the rest of this calendar year. However, we do have Lokonga, who I've been really impressed with, who can play some good passes. Maitland-Niles is starting to get a few appearances now, so we might see him come back in the team. So we've got options there. But for me, I have to say this, and one thing I noticed about Sunday was Pepe wasn't playing, and I was thinking, I'm not sure about that. But actually, we played Saka in the right wing role. We played Smith Rowe at the left wing role. Odegaard as number 10, Aubameyang up front. That worked. That really worked. Saka destroyed Spurs' defence down the right-hand side. He absolutely had them on toast. Smith Rowe as well. I mean, he was just phenomenal against Spurs. Really made them pay for the mistakes they made. Ran at them. And Odegaard picked out some lovely passes in build-up play. Obviously, Aubameyang looked really sharp, was pressing, got the goal. That it all just worked on Sunday. And if we have to continue making that work, we need to keep these guys together, because I feel these guys work well together. They fit the philosophy Arteta wants. And it just seemed like they cared. Do you know what I mean? They cared so much on Sunday. I know it's North London derby, but there's been times where you watch Arsenal and you think, are their heads really in it? Are they really fighting for this? Do they have any passion for this? But I saw all of that on Sunday. Passion, fight, heart, playing for the badge. All of that I saw on Sunday from every single one of those players, all the fans, Arteta. everyone was in it on Sunday. Everyone was there. Everyone was present. And that's what we want every single week. Every week. And if we can do that, I'm not sure about top four. I think top four might be above us this season. But I'll tell you what, if we can do that every single week, then I really fancy us to get a Europa League spot next season, Europa Conference League maybe, but I really fancy us challenging for the European spots. Leicester haven't had a brilliant start, Spurs haven't had a brilliant start, West Ham, I think they're catchable. I think it's there. I think if we can just continue playing like this, who knows what we can achieve this season. And just to round things off, this seems like a long time ago now, but I realised I didn't talk about it, and I do want to talk about it because I care about it. It's the Carabao Cup. I know a lot of people don't really care about it, but for me, particularly this season with no European football, I do care about it this season a lot more. And what it is that we beat Wimbledon 3-0 last week. It was a very comfortable victory for us. And so it should have been because, they're in League One. And what I would say, we've seen after we've drawn Leeds at home in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup, I do feel that it's a trophy that could be won, That night we had Smith Rowe, Nketiah, Lacazette scoring, so I mean it just shows you we do have a bit of depth in our squad. We need to continue to play a strong side in this competition. I do feel that's competition that can be won. Along the way, things might go our way as well. I was looking at the other draws. Man City drew West Ham away. Tough draw that for Man City. Man City have won the Carabao Cup for the last 4 years, and if they were to go out this early, that would be a bit of a boost. Spurs got Burnley away. Again, tricky game. Liverpool got Preston away. On paper, they should be winning that, but I don't know. It depends, because Liverpool do have a tendency to rotate for this competition. If Preston goes strong, who knows? Man United are out, and they were knocked out by West Ham. I do feel it's a competition to keep an eye on, with everything that could happen. Teams could go out. A pathway could start to be made for us, maybe to get a trip to Wembley, to win a trophy. And that's what it's all about, It's all about winning trophies. It's about having those days out at Wembley. So if Arteta continues to go strong in this competition, who knows how far we could go. Other things might go away as well, like I said, with the other teams going out. So let's keep an eye on that and see what happens. Thank you again for listening to this podcast. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to listen to me. And yeah, it was a lot happier today, wasn't it? I'm really pleased with how we're doing. Hopefully we can keep this going. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care.